Hello guys and welcome to a new camera sample video, this time about the Elephone S8. This Tri-Bezel-Less phone packs probably the best camera among the cheap Tri-Bezel-Less phones from China. It is based on a 21 megapixel Sony IMX220 sensor on the rear camera along a dual LED flash, just a single tone one. And on the front we have a selfie shooter based on a Sony IMX219 sensor, which is an 8 megapixel sensor. The rear camera has an aperture value of f2.0, whereas the front camera has an aperture value of f2.2. Having a look at the camera application, this one is just the standard Mediatek camera application. On the top of the screen we have some mode switchers for normal mode, picture-in-picture mode and panorama mode. On the sides here we can enable HDR mode, the LED flash, we can switch between the front and rear cameras, and on the bottom we can open up the gallery, we can take a picture, we can record a video, and we can open up these settings, which gives you some extra features. And you can of course also change stuff like zero shutter delay, anti-shake, you can enable a RAW modus, and you can also change the resolution and aspect ratio, as well as the video recording resolution, which for the rear camera is up to 4K as you can see, and for the front camera it's full HD. What's kind of annoying to me is that the camera preview of the camera application isn't smooth. As you can see, it stutters quite a bit, which is really annoying when taking pictures. And what I also noticed is that the focus of the camera is really slow. I really doubt it's PDAF, and even if it is PDAF, it is just way too slow. And actually it gets worse when using the LED flash. The focus just pumps endlessly before it actually takes a picture, and in dark it also is prone to some shakiness despite the anti-shake feature. Despite the camera software, which still could be optimized a lot, the actual picture quality is pretty good on the Elephone S8. The pictures look crisp and sharp at daylight, and even during sunset and increasing low light the camera still performs fairly good. And in HDR mode it can take some stunning photos that look really nice. Colors look realistic, there is a lot of detail and sharpness, and in general for the price range and kind of Chinese phone it does just decent pictures. It's just low light the camera doesn't perform so well with. Pictures tend to look kinda unsharp, then a little bit noisy. And the camera is also very sensitive to shakiness, so we need to have really steady hands to get halfway sharp pictures. What's really surprising is how good the front camera performs. If there is enough light, it creates very sharp selfies with tons of detail that look just awesome. Really a very nice selfie camera there. It's just low light, it doesn't handle as good. Pictures look a little bit grainy then, but still they are perfectly acceptable and much better than the selfies from 90% of other Chinese phones. Regarding video quality, I'm not that satisfied with that. The 4K recordings of the main camera don't have the quality I would expect from 4K recordings. They look more like full HD footage, and they are also not quite smooth, and there is no autofocus and also no electronic image stabilization or something like that. The front camera creates full HD videos, but those also don't look as good as pictures in terms of quality, but it's okay in my opinion. The LED flash of the Elephone S8 is pretty bright, but as with normal low light photography, it also often creates shaky pictures or unsharp pictures, just not as good looking as daylight photos. And that's it for this quick look at the Elephone S8's camera performance. Thanks for watching this camera sample, and stay tuned for the full and in-depth review, which is coming soon.